In the video you just watched, Graham Fletchy explained the trajectory of counting development and how the big ideas and strategies that are involved in counting are connected. It is important to consider how the trajectory of counting development aligns with the development of a typical 5 or 6-year-old. Taking a child's development into account helps teachers provide the time and experience a child needs to explore and develop math concepts that may seem simple to an adult but may be difficult for children to comprehend. Because learning to count is nuanced and includes several critical cognitive shifts for young children, it can be difficult to assess. As a result, it is necessary to carefully observe what students say and do as they count. The Early Childhood Assessment in Mathematics, or ECAM, is an interview-based math assessment that can be conducted in different ways depending on what information the teacher needs and when in the school year it is given. It can be administered a few times a year to understand and track where students are along their counting journey. It can also be administered anytime a teacher wants more information about a given student. This assessment provides insight into what a student understands and is able to do and can inform lesson planning and decision making. Review the provided handout, ECAM's Developmental Sequence for Counting. It outlines a model of the developmental sequence a child experiences when learning to count. Read through each stage of the sequence and align it to the trajectory offered by Fletchy as well as the kindergarten foundational standards. Where do the big ideas, strategies, and models mapped out by Fletchy come up in ECAM's developmental counting sequence and grade level standards? When you complete your reflection, compare your thinking to ours by reviewing the handout. An important note: while the foundational standards do not heavily focus on counting, there is a critical connection between the foundational standards and ECAM. If a student cannot count flexibly and with understanding, it will be near impossible for them to develop fluency within the foundational standards.
This brings us to the end of Session 1 in this 3-part series. Before Session 2 in this series, complete your Bridge to Practice. The Bridge to Practice is a self-directed activity for you to complete that expands on the ideas presented in the session. This could take the form of a video, reading, activity, or an application of some of the learning from the session in your own classroom. There will be at least one Bridge to Practice activity for each session.
For your Bridge to Practice, you will have the opportunity to become more familiar with the Early Childhood Assessment in Mathematics.
Thank you for completing this part of the module. Because the sessions build on each other, we recommend coming back to complete Session 2 in 1 to 3 weeks. This will provide you time to engage with the Bridge to Practice and have that experience fresh in your mind for the next session.